And speaking of cooking, guys, I am back, fresh off vacation, up in Gunter Lake at the cottage, which is funny. Gunta, one of my favorite pro wrestlers going right now. We're up at cottage next to a lake named Gunta Lake in northern Ontario. Google it if you don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm back, fresh off vacation up at the cottage, here to cook up some of that juicy pro wrestling content that everybody loves. So, what I have for you guys now, I did manage to make it back in time for the SummerSlam pay per view, and it was a damn good one. A lot of things happened, but I'm going to give you guys right now my Deli G's winners and losers of SummerSlam 2024. Now, before I begin, for those of you that haven't seen the pay per view yet or haven't even seen highlights or anything like that, there may be some spoilers in here. So I advise you take a moment, think about whether you're going to proceed with this or not. If you haven't seen the highlights yet or the full card or the results or anything, go check that out first. There may be some spoilers in here. All right. And with that being said, without further ado, my winners and losers of SummerSlam 2024. Here we go. Winner. I just happened to mention his name already, being up at the cottage. Gunta! So obviously, I mean, he's a winner not only because he won the title, but just the sheer hard work. If you look at this guy when he first started in NXT as being like Walter, whatever, Walter Gunther, a little chubby boy. He knew the fundamentals of wrestling, but he's worked hard, perfected his craft, and he's made himself, a very, very good, technically sound, heelish character. And when people talk about Gunther, they automatically have a distaste for him. Well, he's doing his job then, and he's got the size, he's got the strength, he's got definitely all the tools. And he's pretty good on the mic too. Some people might not like his mic work for what it is, and the gimmick and everything. Yeah, man, definitely Gunther deserves it. Definitely winner. Loser, Rhea Ripley. Not only did she not win the women's world title, she got completely fucked over by the little fucking bitch puppy dog Dominic, which was epic. I don't know if anybody saw that coming, for real. Like, we thought Rhea was going to be on top again and all that, and just crumbled. And also, potentially, with what happened, later on after her match with her faction, I would definitely have to put her in the loser category. Winner, L.A. Knight. Yeah, he's a big winner. I've been advocating this whole time, and you can look back at my previous clips, that this guy should have some sort of strap on him. He's too good right now, and he's too with the fans, too over to not have some sort of like championship. So there you have it. Finally, they listened. Triple H and company listened, and they finally gave us a champion, LA Knight. Yeah, the U.S. strap from Logan Paul, which he already cut a promo saying, "Oh, I don't need this title because I was already rich and famous before even coming here." Yada yada. So it kind of made it sound like he was dropping the strap, and good, he needed to. This is L.A. Knight's time. Big winner, loser, the Judgment Day. So with what happened to Rhea Ripley and then that World Heavyweight title match that we saw Damian Priest drop the title. So what does that mean for the Judgment Day? It looks like they imploded as a whole. Finn Balor doesn't trust Damian. Damian's upset that he keeps interfering in his matches and he won't stop. So what's going to happen? I wonder what's going to happen. How this is going to lead forward, and what's going to happen to the group if they're even going to be mentioned anymore on television. We'll see. It's definitely getting juicy up in the Judgment Day. It looks like they're falling apart. So I would have to put them in the loser category because of that. Winner, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. They're still putting him, in the top stories. They're still putting him in all the hot angles, and you can see that, with what happens later on in his match, the big finish, that they're still trying to keep him on top, making sure that he doesn't become too bland or boring. And he's still fundamentally sound. You can always count on him to have a good match. He sells well. He's good on the microphone. So yeah, for that reason, he kept his title obviously away from the bloodline for now. For that reason, I would put him in the winner category. Loser, the bloodline. Well, Jacob Fatu was seen in a foot brace. Afterwards, there's already some bad news. Some more bad news. Solo wasn't able to get the title back. And some even worse news. The OTC came back. The big dog came back to clean house and to tell this little man Solo that he needs to get back in line. Don't F around, find out. With the big Superman punch and the spear. And you got to think, because of the impact of Roman Reigns coming back, how's that going to affect the bloodline? What's going to happen with big boy Dwayne? How's he going to react to everything that's happening? He's going to have to come back, and if he's, he was all in with the bloodline and the fam, he's going to have to come back and straighten some shit out. But will he? That's the question. I'm eager to see what happens with that, what he's going to do. Winner, Dominic Mysterio. How the fuck you want to show somebody, you want to show young pro wrestlers, I want to get into the business, how to execute a heel turn while being a heel? You got to look at the footage of what this man did. Holy cow, easily got booed out of the building. I'm surprised they weren't fucking throwing garbage at him and shit. What a friggin' sleazeball move to do what he did, to live, to cuss her out like that, and then totally stab Rhea in the back when everybody was expecting her to win that championship, and supposedly with him trying to help out and shit. That was crazy. I don't think anybody saw that coming. That was just crazy. But there you go. I mean, because of it, because of he's even more of a sneaky piece of shit heel. He's gonna the booze were starting to die down a little bit when he was talking on the mic. Not anymore. Those boos are gonna be maybe 5 times heavier than they've ever been. But that's exactly where he wants to be. He wants real heat. He's got real heat with the crowd now. So for that reason, I would put him in the winner category. He's doing his job 1000%. Loser, Nia Jax and the whole women's division as a result. Why did we have to? Yes, they gave her the spot at the Queen of the Ring. Okay, that's great. But did they have to put the strap on her? Is that really necessary? I mean, is this Big Dwayne? Is it coming down from him with his fucking roid rage? Saying, no, that's my family and she needs to wear the title. Fuck Bailey. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why. I don't know how. But now anybody that's going to try and get involved in that title picture is going to have to deal with her. And that means that she's going to have to be on camera more often. And that is not an exciting proposition to me whatsoever. So for that reason, that definitely has to go in the loser category. That's just not good enough, Hunter and the crew. But it may not necessarily be Hunter's fault. I don't know. It's just no bueno though. All right. And lastly, the biggest winner of the night, your boy, the OTC, the man who's gonna come and break shit down and make sure that everybody gets back in line is Roman Reigns. Now, see, here's my question: is what's gonna happen with Paul Heyman? Is Paul Heyman magically gonna just appear out of fat air now that Roman's back? Oh, everything's great. Like, my hair's black again. I lost 20 pounds. I'm off the cocaine. Life is just peachy. I don't know. We'll see. I'm very intrigued by what's going to happen with Heyman and what Roman might say about that, about the beatdown that they gave his ass. So I'm very intrigued. But yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens. But there's your biggest winner. A biggest winner to the point where after hours after the pay per view, they had after the pay per view, WWE had announced that you were able to purchase a limited edition custom Roman Reigns belt, and they sold out, of course. And I think it totaled something around like almost $800,000 in revenue for I think it was the number was maybe the 1,316 belts that were produced. Just crazy, crazy numbers. So he's still a massive draw anywhere he goes, even when he's on TV like twice a month. Still a massive draw. So yeah, that was definitely an awesome pay per view. Overall, I would say I would probably give this pay per view like uh I want to give it like an A minus B plus territory as a whole. You know, obviously there's some things that went in a direction that I didn't think should have happened or should have gone in a direction that they did, but it is what it is. You know, clearly Hunter and everybody else have proven that they know what they're doing, and we'll see what happens moving forward.